Hello, fabulous people. This is the Together podcast, and this is the place where Sharice and I come together to help you get it together for your everyday business life. So we hope you enjoy. Well, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, January 13th. Oh my gosh, the middle of January already. And so that's the thing about January. Like, you start first of the month, you don't start. And so it's like the month starts and like you are in it. And so I know one of the things that I'm feeling, and I'm so excited about our topic today because I've been feeling this. Like, oh my gosh, I've been feeling this. And so I was just on the phone last night saying that I'm going to have to go check into a hotel for 2 days to get some work done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, because my life it just keeps rolling. It keeps rolling. And there are things, okay, before I get into it. Hey, Sharice.
Hey, how are you? You look great.
Yeah, I forgot my earrings and I feel so bad about that because I remembered and I got up and I went to my room to get them and I started putting up clothes. And then I got back to the computer. I'm like, dog it.
I know.
And I know I got up again and probably wound up going to the kitchen. So, right. So what's going on with you? How you doing today? Before we just
great. I feel good. This weekend had a virtual mastermind, and we did planning for the year.
Yes.
And I was talking to them about your event. They weren't local, so I was talking to them about your event, how I wanted to get there, but it was crazy. It was I didn't think it was going to get crazy like that, but it was the top of the year and the first. I was like, oh, okay. But I think we were all in alignment with just planning the year, like just get the calendar, like lock in and embody that calendar. And of course you'll work it and tweak it, but just start putting dates on the calendar to get yourself grounded.
Yeah.
And, take some pressure off with all the perfection, but just start to fall in love with the calendar. That was my because I'm
that's such a good
great at planning out. So that's this year I am.
So I got my calendar and I'm planning out. I already got 1 day. This is our April date. All right, everybody. We're doing a live event April 4th. So that's April on the calendar. I don't know if y'all can see it's all highlighted. That's on the calendar. So I tried to go ahead and put my big events on the calendar. And so many things I want to say. All right. What's the topic for today? Because I want to make sure we kind of stay on the topic because today's topic is important.
Yeah, it's extremely important. Today's topic is stop busy work and start impact work.
Correct. Okay. And so it is
segue from last week.
Right. It's so perfect. And it's so what I'm feeling right now because two things are happening. One, I still feel like I'm in my head doing big picture plans and trying to figure out what the goals are and get those kind of like really out. Because even though I've done a workshop, I've spent a day, I haven't done my work. Yeah. And so I think that's one of the things about us service professionals is we can get everybody else's work done, help them get everything written down. And then by the time we get back home and make it, we're tired.
Yeah.
Or we don't have enough time. So that's one of the things that's going on with me. Also, it feels like every time I sit down, I have to work in the business. I can't work on the business. And so right now I am trying to figure out what are the things that I need to be doing every day. That's what you just call that impact work. So my, one of my friends, she calls it, what are the faith activities, like the activities you need to be doing in your business that require you to use your faith for. And so that's the way she phrases them. So however you phrase it in your head, whether there's impact activities, the money-making activities, the faith activities, what are those things that actually literally move the mark? And so I think one of the things that I am working on, so I just got out of a sales call this morning, and I didn't even realize it was a sales call, but it was a sales call for a conference. So they contacted me I don't even know how they got on my calendar, but I'm open to everybody being on my calendar. Yeah,
they got you early.
Yeah, and so they took me down. They took me through the conference, what it does, what people attend, and then this is the price of the ticket. Do you want to buy your ticket now or later? And I was thinking, like, okay, they are really selling this conference. And so how many times, like, what are my actual conference selling activities? What are the actual activities? And making sure that I have those written down and I'm executing them weekly. And so what needs to be done for you to actually move the mark? Like, what are the impact? And we talk about impact. I'm talking about impact your bottom line.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
clearly.
so you can work on your website. You can work on your website 12 hours. But what do you need to do to get people to your website? And then once they get to your website, what do you need to get people to do to buy? And so do you need to spend 1 hour on the website and have it look a little janky? And then 2 hours on your sales funnel on how we're going to get people to the website? And so have you sat down and wrote out, what do I need to do? So y'all know my virtual baby daddy is Daniel Priestley. Y'all don't know him, find him on Facebook. Not Facebook, YouTube. You probably find him on Facebook too. And so he talks about his laps and that they have a number that they're supposed to do. So L stands for leads. A stands for, like, I think actions. P stands for presentations or pitches. And then S stands for sales. And so they have their numbers. We need to have this many leads come into our funnel this week. That's where it all stands. Y'all know, who is it? Two people. Daniel Priestley will tell you everything is downstream from leads. He'll tell you those are his words. Everything is downstream from leads. Alex Hormanzi is, I think, the king of leads. He's like because he wrote the book 100 Million Leads. I'm pretty sure that's the number, 100 million leads.
It's over here somewhere.
Right? And so, so figuring out how many leads you need per week and how do you get your lead. So that's the first number we want you guys figuring out and knowing. And so I'm finna go back to one of my tried and true mantras is know your numbers. Okay. How many leads do you need to get per week? How do you get your lead? Okay. How are you putting them in an Excel spreadsheet, a Google Doc? Like, how are we capturing those leads? You can go really expensive to HubSpot, which is like $1,000 a month. You can go, or you can just figure out how to get a Google Sheet to filter, a Google form and a Google Sheet to filter down so that you have a list of leads. And then you need to figure out how many leads do you need per week and what activities are getting you those leads. So for some of you guys, it may be an in-person workshop. For some of you guys, it may be an online presentation. For some of you, it could be your social media post. For some of y'all are giving a freebie. And so figure out, like, what is that thing that's causing me to get leads? Then from leads, how am I interacting with those people? How am I pitching those people? How many leads can I get in front of me so I can have one-on-one contact with them? And then from that, how do I pitch them? How do I sell to them? Like, how many sales am I actually making? And what are you making sales for? Is it a retreat? Is it you just getting them to buy your book, your journal, your wherever? Y'all know it is always powerful when you connect people with your movement and figuring out what your movement is. And your movement, y'all, it sounds like such a big word. It's not. Like, your movement could be, I believe that we should have beautiful skin over the age of 50.
Yeah.
It could be that. Sharice, your skin looks fabulous today. I gotta say, go on, girl.
Thank you.
So it could be, I believe that dreadlocks are the best hair style for African American females. Yeah, I'm about to be 50.
And I 50. Do. So, and I do. I got all my clients locked up. Look, that's crazy. Too bad I don't block.
So don't get intimidated by the word movement, but invite your people into a movement. invite your people into a movement. What are we as a group trying to accomplish? You want them to buy into something. And so once you figure out what these numbers are for you, how are you going to convert your clients to whatever? If you're a coach, so how are you going to convert them? And so I think most coaches will say, do it one-on-one until you learn how to do it in a group. But you're going to be better when your group sales, if you get better in your one-on-one sales, because your one-on-one sales is when you really learn how to pitch and to sell. And I think that's one of the things that I really want to work with my people on, my people that I'm coaching, is making sure that they understand you got to get people into your world. You got to get these leads. You got to get them into your world some way. And once you get them into your world, you got to work them down the funnel, however that looks for you. But you got to like move them from essentially associate to like what, what's his name? Pat Flynn would call raving fans, because I think, or super fan is what he calls them. Like, how do you do that? And to really be thinking about your business and how do you do that? And so back up to today's lesson is figuring out what are those activities for me? What are those activities? What does what? And how does it do? So if I'm doing a LinkedIn article, does my LinkedIn article do something? And so for me, my LinkedIn articles haven't done anything. They haven't brought me one sale. So do I need to continue writing LinkedIn articles? I'm figuring that out. If I do, then do I have a call to action in it? Do I need to maybe switch from a call to action to a freebie? And so maybe saying call me for a consultation is too much. And I need to say download this free article or this free tool or something. So I want you guys thinking about that. And then I want you guys tracking your numbers. Like, how many people am I getting into my system? And so from there, and so I'll go do my numbers. I have an audacious goal this year of 12 million, not million. Lord Jesus, Heavenly Father, I wish.
Obviously you do.
Right?
It came out first.
Okay.
Those original words.
I want to get 12,000 people onto my email list. 12,000. So that's basically 1,000 people per month. And 1,000 people per month breaks down to about 250 people per week. So the things that I'm putting out need to be in front of enough people to where they download my freemium premium item so that I'm getting 250 downloads per week to add to my list. So now my work is to what freemium premium item, whatever y'all want to call it. I like the word freemium best. Item this is your freebie. This is your, some people call it your lead magnet, your freebie, the thing that even though people know when they download it, they're going to be on your email list, they can't help but download it. They can't help but download it. Everybody's been there like, God dang it, I ain't trying to be on another email list. And yet I really want to know what they're going to say.
That's
like, I really want to know what this
I just said, forget it. I want the information. And you just got to remember, if you need to unsubscribe, just unsubscribe. But I got people, I've been on their list for years and years because every now and then I go and it's something that I need. It's lots of stuff I need. I just didn't take the time to grab it, but it's there.
It's there. So some of the people I'm on their list, I know what they say. And some people are more on their list. I think Russell Brunson, I'm pretty sure I'm on Russell's list. I think he does like an email per day. So like you just got to know what you signed up for when you sign up for that. Brian Tracy, I think he does 2 to 3 per week. I think I'm on Nicole Walters. I think she does 1 to 2 per week. And so part of being on people's list is seeing how, like, what content they're putting out, studying their email headers, what makes you open one email versus not open an email, the sales that they do. A lot of people do sales specifically for their email list. And so you want to catch those. So, but back to figuring out. So if you guys haven't figured out what's your number of leads per week and how do you get those leads into your system? And then what is your system? So that's what I want you guys figuring out. Okay. I have said a lot. Sharice, you have questions, comments, concerns, jump out there.
So I would like to go ahead and, dive a little deeper into what you're saying. I want to remind people that you have a list. You have a warm list. You have a warm community that you may not have been nurturing. So those people are extremely important, like from day one. Back in the day when we weren't really collecting emails like that, right? And realizing the importance of building these communities. So people want to hear from you and go back and, reactivate some of those lists.
Yeah.
I got a list with like 4,000 people on there that I had not seen in forever, like in MailChimp. And then,
wow, Sharice.
But Transparent Tuesday, you got to be open and transparent with the people because we trigger some thoughts for them, like go back in your old systems and in your documents and see where you might have saved emails because, when we would transfer from one, we would, export and import. Yep. So then it's over in the documents, Google Documents. Save everything in Google Docs because it will be there for you forever. Right. So, and then even cleaning out the emails, that was an old email list. So my current email list that I'm not nurturing transparently.
Okay.
It's a big list. Yeah. And you got to take care of those people. Remind those people that you are still around, you still exist, you still care for them. Yep. And did not just forget about them. And you might have fallen short for a while, but just reactivate and see who wants to, come back around with you, that may be ready for what you're offering now. So super important. And it feels good to see people respond to you. I remember I think it was last year I sent something out and it was like 80% of the people responded in the email. That never happened. And I felt crazy. And they were like, did you see the amount of people that responded? I was like, oh, that's crazy. So you just do better about nurturing who you already have and reactivating the people that have come through your ecosystem.
Definitely. So, okay. So let's make that a practical homework assignment for everybody, including myself. Go find all of your old email lists. And get them reactivated. So for me, I know for y'all, a lot of y'all, I did a MailChimp download because I left MailChimp, I think, for Kartra, and then I'm leaving Kartra for Go High Level. It's sad. I know. And so I've lost lists each time. Right.
So High Level right now has everything we need in one place.
For cheaper. So all of that. So anyway, all that, I got a list here, a list there, a list here, and I need to get all of that. And so anybody who's out there like me, go ahead and do that. And I got to say, I have been on people's list where they've sent out an email that said, hey, do you still want to be on our list because you never interact with us? I always say yes, because even though I'm not interacting with you now, who knows where I'm going to be in 2 months and I might need your email. And so I always say yes, because it's just the email. It's not costing me anything. And the way, I don't know if y'all have noticed the algorithm these days, but the algorithms are getting very picky with what they show you.
Yeah.
And so before, everybody in your network, if they posted, you got that post. Now you may not necessarily get that post. And so they changed the algorithms on posting. And so I know on LinkedIn specifically, if I make a post on LinkedIn and nobody reacts to it, likes it, or anything, it really won't hardly get any views. What I think LinkedIn does is they'll show it to maybe 10 people. If 10 people like it, then they'll show it to 100 people. If 100 people like it, then they'll show it to 1,000 people. Like it'll keep, going, and so I'm sure they did that for their systems, because I know a lot of us, are using AI to help us make some posts. And so we were able to increase the amount of posts. And so I think in reaction to that, I'll say LinkedIn specifically is trying to make sure that people are putting out quality posts. And so quality is how many likes you get. And so if y'all like a post, make sure you Make sure you like that person so the algorithm will know that you like that person and find their content valuable and keep showing it to you. So, because anyway, so it has changed. With that being said, I would love for you guys to figure out to know your numbers, to in your numbers. And I don't know this. So Q, I'm gonna ask, I hope you know this. Like, are your posts reaching new people, just old people? Is it adding to you in any type of way? Are your posts getting you leads, getting you known? And so making sure you know your numbers with your posts and finding a way to track that. So that could be basically through your system. We use Metricool, and I love the data that Metricool gives on tracking posts and everything. But I think one of the things that we've got to do, because of my goal is 12,000 emails this year, is, and I really need to say 250 new email subscribers per week. So since that's the goal for the year, really see, is our post doing that? And what do we need to do to increase that for our post and really figure that out? And so I would say, if you are actively building an internet business, I want you looking at your numbers 4 to 5 days a week. I want you to know what your numbers are. And so what you're looking for, so if I'm looking for 250 subscribers per week, that's over 7 days. That means what? 250 divided by 7. So about 36 subscribers a day is what I need. And so I think once you, Gary V, he had a good suggestion. Okay, I lost y'all. Hold on. I can't find y'all. Okay. Gary V had a good suggestion. Gary V said, look at your organic reach. And whatever post was most popular, turn that into a paid post so that it increases the reach. But he was like, don't do that until you have figured out what's working for you organically. And so if you get one post, then like y'all can go look at anybody's YouTube and you can see like they have videos that have like 10 views, and then they'll have one video that has like 100 million views. It is so interesting. One of the chefs that I follow, he was like, this is the video that went viral for me. And so he did that video. Then he did a longer video on that same topic, which for him, it was a chicken gnocchi soup. Yep, chicken gnocchi soup. And so hearing him talk about, like, I've been making all of these other videos and nobody liked them, but the chicken gnocchi soup, that's the one that went viral for me. And so that's what you're looking for, the one that starts to go viral for you. And then that's the one you want to put money into to increase your viewership. And so figuring out, and I thought that was a really, really good strategy, which means you got to be looking at your posts and how many views each post is getting every day. And so there's too many of us, me included, you guys. I'm talking to myself. This is not a conversation where I'm talking to you guys from above.
It's true.
This is we together should be looking at my post statistics each day. I think the other thing is to know to pick a focus. You can't focus on all the things. And if you do focus on all of the things, because I know you guys, y'all have several business things. And at the beginning, you don't know what's going to sell or what's going to break or what's going to start making you the money. And so figuring that out. And so if you got to focus on, I'm going to say 2 to 3 things max, then please figure out in your day, how do you manage and check on all of those things? And so,
you can't operate successfully without a system these days. Everything is business, even the social media, it's all business now. It's no play over here. So even down to comedians. These comedians are getting on here and having a ball, going viral and getting paid. So when they make you laugh, and we keep looking at it over and over and over, like everything is strategic now. It's just some people, it's what they do, is their gifts, their talents, their purpose. And, you know, they're going hams and they're getting paid. I watched the lady on Facebook last night. She said she's got paid more money on her Facebook than she's gotten paid ever anywhere on any tour or anything. So she was like, okay, so do I tour or do I Facebook?
You Facebook.
So she was like, Facebook. And some of the old heads were like, nah, I'm not doing that. And she was like, okay, don't.
And that might not work for you. So there's going to be a couple of people, for whatever reason, their comedy doesn't translate on Facebook. And so then you might need to be touring. So that's the thing is, you need to know your numbers. What's going to make you the most money? And then do that thing. And then the other thing that I'm trying to make sure that I do, and like I promise you guys, I'm having this conversation with myself daily. What is the goal? Mm-hmm. What is the goal? Because if I'm not careful, I'll do 5 or 6 things because I feel like I'm supposed to be doing them and not paying attention to the goal. Mm-hmm. And so if the goal is for me to make money, then what's the activities that's going to make me money? And then when I do an activity, making sure that activity is profitable. Mm-hmm. So, because I'm good for doing an activity and breaking even. Okay. No, we're not doing that. Events specifically. Mm-hmm. And so I have a friend. Hey, Treva girl, thank you so much for everything. But Treva will tell me, because I like doing stuff. Like, I like spending the money. I like it to feel good. I like to give people a nice experience. Yeah. And so Treva will fuss at me because if I do an event, I want to get a nice lunch for everybody. And she'd be like, I went to an event and they gave people granola bars. Why are you spending this extra money? And is it
right, Treva?
Right.
Yeah. And you can give people a really great experience without breaking the bank. You know,
and so figuring that out and making sure that's right. Like you can do it. You can have somebody, like you can have your cousin come in and do the food or something. Like there's ways around it. And so what I'm saying to you guys, to myself, what I'm saying to myself is making sure that every event is profitable. Like I can't just be doing stuff because this will be fun to do and this will be nice for the community and everything. And so, and even if it is fun for the community, nice for the community, is that going to add to my list? Is that going to add to future clients? Is like, how is it? I can no longer just do stuff that feels good. Like I feel like I'm on the beginning of the end because I'm probably in the middle, but I'm very conscious that my retirement account is not where it needs to be.
Oh, heck yeah.
Girl. Very conscious of that. And so it's kind of, I want to say for me, I got to time out for just doing things that make you feel good. The goal is to get this amount of money in the bank before this date. That's the goal. And so is everything working toward that goal or not? Yes. And so in that goal, making sure that my daily activities, what do I need to be doing daily that's going to grow these leads? So from these leads, I can pitch them. And from the pitch, I can make the sale. And what sale am I trying to make? And so figuring that out. And so you guys, and there's so many different ways to do it. So Alex, because I was already talking about him today, and his little wife is out there doing something too. So go on, whatever her name is. But I saw her come up on something.
She a big deal. She the one that got him straight. You know that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just came upon her recently, but I read at least one of his books, and so listened to his story and everything. So I didn't really know her. So I didn't know she got him straight. Okay. Anyway, with that being said, y'all know because his leads, he's ultimately trying to partner with companies in a kind of acquisition, like high level deals, like huge deals. And so his theme in general is like, give away everything you can give away so that you can get all of those leads into your system and then cherry pick the ones you need for the type of work that you're trying to do. And so that's one way of doing it. I know other people cherry pick their leads. So the only qualified leads come into the system. And so figuring that out for yourself, what's going to work best for you and your business and what your business model is and how much time are you spending. And I will say, one of the reasons I moved to Go Level is because my cousin moved to Go Level, Go High Level. But one of the things is we all felt it was going to be easier to track our leads and to qualify people in the email.
Yeah.
With questionnaires and surveys all along the way. And so figuring that out. With that being said, you guys, please figure out what you need to learn and what you need to delegate. You cannot learn everything. You cannot do it. So what are you going to learn? What are you going to delegate? What does your business need most for you to learn? And what can you delegate? And I hear y'all saying, but I can't afford to delegate. I ain't got no money to hire nobody. Okay. I bet you got enough money for a contractor 2-3 hours a week. And what takes you 20 hours to do, because you don't really know how to do it and you're trying to learn it on the way, will probably only take your contractor 4 hours to do because they know exactly what they're doing. And so just kind of keep that in mind, and then balance that thing out. If it would probably take me 2 days to do this thing, but if I can get one more client, then let me get that one no client, because that will take me an hour to make that money, to pay the contractor for them to do 2, 3, 4 hours worth of work. And so I think some of us, me included, y'all, is I'm quick to say I can't afford it before I sit down and say, okay, can I afford it? I'm quick to say I can't afford that before I sit down and say, how could I afford this? Like I'm real quick to say, okay, I don't know how to do that. Okay, but can I figure it out or figure out somebody who does know how to do it? Yeah. So those type of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
To have power alone, saying that you can't afford something alone is a problem.
How about that?
That's that mindset. But yeah, Go High Level is really the place to be right now especially for service businesses like ours.
Yeah.
And you can create the sub accounts for your other therapists. Like, it's really a moneymaker.
I didn't know you was on Go High Level. This is so exciting.
Well, yes, I am there. And we're building it out.
Yeah.
But I've had it for too long for it not to be where
it needs to be.
But it made me realize it's amazing. That's where everything needs to be.
Yeah. Between an AI system and Go High Level, you can get your lead generation machine pretty much working on automatic.
Yep.
You can. And then when you figure out what works, it's about scaling what works. And so back to the point of the call today is make sure that we are doing the income producing activities we need to do. And making sure we have a solid, whatever you want to call it, client acquisition system, lead funnel, like whatever you want to call it. But how do you work a stranger into a paid client? And so is that written out somewhere? Do you know what the steps are? Can you look and say, because once you know your numbers, you know your numbers. And so if you can say, okay, I'm getting 250 people in per week. All right. But I got 250. So my lead funnel is working well. Like I'm getting the leads in, but I'm losing them on the sale. So you should, depending on who you talk to, DL Sharon says that she can get you to a sales call. She closes 100% of her sales. That's her. I came up in sales. In insurance industry, you looking to sell anywhere from 1 to 3 to 30%. There's some people who say they close 30%, period. But with internet sales, it's not unheard of to sell to close 3% of your sales if it's all online and it's a funnel. And so figure out what your numbers are. But if you think you can have a higher conversion, then work on getting a higher conversion with that. So I love DL's. I love DL's idea that you should be able to close 100% of your sales. I will say with that, she's very clear on pricing and everything. So by the time you get into a sale with her, you know everything. So so you've already figured out whether you can afford it or not. You was just waiting for either yourself to get the money or for her to put the program on sale. And so like knowing that for your people and like what you're trying to do. And so if you're a person who maybe you're not good at the sales process, then maybe you need to do that. And so nobody gets to you and they're shocked over the price or anything. So it's so many different things, but I really want you guys as service providers to know what your funnel is, to know what it is. How many leads do I need to get in? From my leads, how am I converting them down? You know, what is it? I want leads to go into a sales pitch and then a sales pitch to make the sale. Like that's a basic funnel right there. You know, what is that? How does that look like? So I want you guys to know what you're doing and then making sure you're doing the income producing activities, because it's so easy to get caught up in everything. You can get caught up on Canvas for 48 hours as opposed to doing what you need to do to get it out so that it can produce some leads for you and figuring that out. So,
Okay.
And
you were talking about lead generating, just being clear about what lead generating is and how basic it is. Every time you show up, you're lead generating. That's lead generation. Like this is lead generation right here, and I'm going to tell you how simple, how long I've been in the business and how much I know. I've been operating without a real functional website for quite a while. All right. And I realized like my links were broken, the website just wasn't friendly, but my clientele, got a built-in clientele. Last week I just went in and I fixed my booking link, for a consultation. And I told my friend who works on my website with me, I was like, well, the thing is, I know as soon as I fix it, people are going to start booking. And as soon as I tell people to book, they're going to start booking. So in my transition, I wanted to be a little careful how people were booking based off how I could serve them. But that's a block. Because that's why the freebies are important, right? And just having a place for them to go to land and have an email. So have a freebie, a cheat sheet, something simple that they can download and start, just the connection with you and say, oh, okay, cool. Now you're on the email list. Then they should be getting a newsletter, right? Every couple of weeks, whatever, just be in communication with them in the meantime while you are reinventing yourself or rebuilding the website or whatever it is that you are doing. Just have a place for the people to land softly, feel safe, and then just stay in communication with them. So simple things.
So what I just realized in the middle of this conversation is you and I should both have a freemium for this podcast that we're offering for this podcast. And so we got to meet anyway. So total transparency, y'all. Sharice and I got to meet because we are doing a live event on April 4th. Come hell or high water, we're going to do a live event on Saturday, April 4th. And so if it's just me and Sharice standing in my living room, then that's what we're going to do. But we want you guys to come. And we want you guys to like reach out, DM us, DM me on LinkedIn. Sharice is on Facebook, and tell us what you want us to cover in that event. And so we got to meet and talk about that. And then I think we need to leave that event with not leave that event, but whenever we meet by April 4th, because that'll be our third year, we should have some type of freebie that we're offering people. And so I think I might just categorize our probably most popular videos and see what we've talked about. We've talked about some good stuff over the years. And so, and that should be a lead magnet for both of us. So, okay. For this to actually get done, Q, Will you go back and see which one of our videos where we did like a top 7 or top 10 or something that would make a good freemium? Because we did one, and I remember writing it down and was like, golly, this was good. And we came up with it on the air. And so that'll make a wonderful freemium for us to give all of our people with that. So, okay, last thoughts for today.
Last thoughts for today really is get your ish together. It's the top of 2026. If, there's no excuse for us to say, I don't have any clients, I don't have any leads, I don't know where my business is. Your business is in your follow through. It's in your connection, your lead generation, and your follow through. We didn't even talk a lot about that, but, in contact with your people, reactivating lists and, phone calls. I do a lot of tapping in and texting and phone calling people, because I do have something really amazing coming up, but I have to, stay in contact with them. So when I send it out, it's like, oh, where you been? So just organically tap in with people and, be in contact, stay in contact, let people know you are available. You know?
That's really, really good. That's really, really good. So I'm going to take that to heart as well. Final thoughts I want you guys to have today is, and this is really more for me, and so therefore I know some of you guys out there are struggling with it too, is I'm gonna give you 24 hours because you might not be able to get it done today, but hopefully you can get up and get it done early in the morning, is to figure out A, what your weekly number is. How many leads do you need to be getting per week? And B, what's the actual activity you need to be doing to get that lead together? One more thing I want to just say. One of the things that I've started to do, and I think this has been really helpful, is before I do a new lead, I build out the email funnel. So that once we get the lead or get like the front end, I do the back end first. So that hopefully my goal is no longer I'm just collecting email addresses and then they're not doing nothing. So I want you guys to think about that first, like build out the email funnel. How many emails do you want to send to these people? And then figure out what's the freemium you need to get into them. And so hopefully that'll be helpful to you guys for like keeping people on the list. And Sharice telling us to reactivate our list that we already have that's been sitting out there and dusting off. And I know for some of you guys, I want to speak to that. You want to start fresh. Like, oh, okay. But I think some of that is coming from embarrassment that we didn't do it. And so I'm going to say, I have never, when I've had somebody email me who hasn't emailed me for a while, I've never been like, oh, where they been? Or like, I'm just like, oh, I got an email from them. And so, or when I've gotten the emails that say, hey, it's been a minute since I've emailed you. Do you still want to be on my list? I always say yes. And I've never felt any type of way about that. And so don't be embarrassed. Don't let that like, oh, I never got their email address and I never contacted them. Okay, start today.
Today. Start
and
now.
They have the power to unsubscribe, and most of us don't. Like if they find any value in you at all, they are probably not going to unsubscribe. And if they do unsubscribe, great. They're not your people. So you get to focus on the energy who are your people, who do want to hear from you. So, okay. All right. This has been great.
For sure. Oh, ladies, make sure, look on my Facebook page and my LinkedIn page. We are having the Iconic Kids Masterclass on January 25th. Next Saturday. Is that next Saturday? Good gracious.
This Saturday is the 17th.
So following Saturday. Woo. Anyway, it's coming up. Okay, so the Sunday, the 25th. So come out. It is really good. We had a great time the last time. This time we are having Dr. Ayana, who is talking about menopause. And we brought an expert in about menopause because, too many people are dealing with it. So come out, have a good time with us. I'll be dropping more information about that. And Nat, let's get this meeting on the calendar.
We got to get it on the calendar.
So we can get this popping so we can start marketing early.
Okay. All right. Text me later today because I got to run. All right. We love you guys. Like us, follow us, do all the things you know you're supposed to do, subscribe, all the things. And we look forward to continuing to serve you. Y'all have a great day.
Yeah. Hey.
All right. Bye-bye.
Audio Jungle.